Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Alright, the game is broken. Happens sometimes. There we go. You can see how hasty I was in starting this stupidity to check out if it was working. My face is way too bright. I was thinking I would turn on my lights because it is kind of gloomy out today, but I don't need that many. So, we leave at this cliffhanger. But I think I'm actually... Wait. The controller isn't working. Ah, shit. Very hasty indeed. Here we go. Here we freaking go. I was thinking probably should rest and like get some food on because I'm running out.
Huh? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, we thought we'd turn the tables and critique your appearance first.
Whoa, okay.
Fair if we're the only ones subjected to it.
What?
Did you guys hear? Apparently she found that dress of hers in some old ruins.
Alphen, we haven't heard from you yet. Would you care to tell us your verdict?
Sure, I guess. To be honest, when I first saw Shion in that dress, I
Quit it!
was absolutely captivated.
Alright, I think that's enough fun for one day.
Yeah. Get a room, you two! Forgetting for once I'm not actually gonna do the fucking CP thing. I don't know what else I will do though. Maybe an attack up, but to be honest I'd rather do elemental attack up. I have one? Elemental. Oh, there we go. Huh. I don't get it. Is T worse than S? Oh fuck, it is. That's kind of annoying. I don't think I'll have any more equip it, because It's already so low, you know. I haven't talked to Law in like
join you,
forever, so let's talk to Law.
Hey, Law. About what you said before.
When?
You were telling me how there were things you wished you could have asked your dad. If you want, you can always come to me with your questions.
What brought this on all of a sudden? Don't I already lean on you enough as it is?
Still, there's plenty you would want to ask him if he was still alive, right?
I mean, yeah, but I think you'll have a hard time answering any of them, if I'm being honest.
How come?
I mean, the stuff I want to ask him about is, like, how he met my mom and how...
Aww.
stuff like that.
That's cute.
Anyway, not really something you can help with, right?
You're right. Sorry, Law. I can't even begin to imagine how to help with that.
Because he's clueless himself.
I just wish there was someone experienced I could ask about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was definitely that.
Let's make sure to kick ass tomorrow,
That was
too.
cute.
You guys ready to hit the road? I know I am.
Yep, I guess so. Let's freaking go. Probably could have done some side stuff, but honestly, I'm lazy. I just want to do story stuff because I haven't played this game in like a week. I mean, I know I played yesterday, but like before that, I hadn't played in a week.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
Oh, that's nice.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but, well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Hey, Liz. We're on the ship.
Okay, people.
Ready to
We have
go.
2 goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave
Yeah,
Dad alone.
valid.
And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
Okay. Oh, suddenly it's all clean. No more plants. Hey, Star. I now see what you meant by the spoiler of Renwell naming something. That was a nice scene.
You know,
I look forward
I
to
can
that.
still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
Oh, that's pretty.
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there.
Fair.
Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I say I'll manage. Just here to supervise.
Sassy.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shia? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately. Like you and a zest for life. It suits you.
Time for more talks.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me, though. You too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
ToA?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Kind of weird to have Shion, like, so, in the forefront.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life. For as long as I can remember. They called it treatment. But in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I wanted them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse. But then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say
Yeah,
to
this
die
is
so
very
that others can live.
depressing.
But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves.
Like our
That
face
doesn't
there.
mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me.
Probably is,
We're
yes.
together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Danon victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Ooh. That is valid as well. Just are all on our own back there. Interesting, interesting. Oh, are we just gonna talk to both of them together?
Listen to
Oh,
this.
that's nice.
So Law and I were just talking, and
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Yeah, what's
Only
up?
that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all
Ah.
the fuss he made about naming the ship too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys.
To
I'm
be
no expert,
honest.
but I think we can trust Renin technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Glorified tin can.
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
That was funny. Okay. I like the interior of the ship, it's cool.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Why is
Glad
her
to hear.
hair so white in that
That
first
device there
panel?
caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering
noticed
what it
that
is.
It's like that.
It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh.
Oh, you don't say.
Huh.
Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that'd mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes.
It's like a
That
fucking.
sounds crazy, I know. Don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that
This
time.
is like a fucking cryogenic
Definitely quite some lie-in, all right.
tech as well.
But
Sheesh.
still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why
Good as always. I love
learned
her.
what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now. And those still to come.
Realization. Oh, good.
The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet.
Because
Should probably
she is
save
the
your
best.
At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Also, I'm sorry for yawning like a billion times today, because I only woke up like an hour and a half ago, so... That was good. Actually, do they have something else to say? I'm curious. Still worried? No, why would you think that? Sees our future.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
That was quick.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danon. Never mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst.
True.
As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Alright, time to go.
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
Yeah, so that'll happen.
So now what?
That would be
We've come all this way on a
very
hunch that
wishful
this red
thinking.
woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Would Alfred still be able
Forbidden?
to go there?
What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out.
Right.
Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alfin said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago.
And then it all went wrong.
Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, Then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time. Possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
Why not
There's only one
try?
way to find out.
Yeah.
If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a city full of...
Is my party fixed? No, it's the wrong thing. Ugh. Okay, yeah, just...
Remnants.
Usually when the stuff disbands, everything's always
More
fun.
or less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
Oh, so this is how we go back, I guess. Okay.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renans actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
In other words, this is still a video game where we have random monsters to fight. Oh boy. Ooh. This doesn't look like things are going well. Smoke coming out of this building. And the structure in general. Oh boy. Lenegis. Well, here we are.
What in the world?
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Oh. Who this?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest?
Hold on 1 second. My second monitor's having some issues. Shut off for a second. So I need to... I hope it's better.
And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like
Oh,
we'll
that
have to find
sucks.
a way there ourselves.
Have
So-
you seen Faria yet?
Oh? Who?
I see.
Oops.
Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Oh.
You come back. You know it can only result in
This is
pain
gonna
for
be
you both.
interesting.
I've no doubt of that.
Hello.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
What an interaction. Wow.
So who's
Very
Faria?
intrigued. Yeah, who is Faria?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless
So-
about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information.
I mean, I assume that the Sovereign currently like was supposed to be Holren, and that's
You can
why
ask them about the Red Woman too.
they haven't heard anything.
Forbidden Zone
'Cause
either.
he's dead.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably
Okay.
keep our heads down.
What
Just talk
if
to
people
him.
freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Slamming is done for, the residential quarters falling apart. You know what I'm kind of confused about? Like, what is this changing shape shit? Like, that's the first time I've heard of it. Like, did it happen at the same time that the wedge fell down? Or, like, what? Because they didn't really seem to mention it, so now that it's, like, ruined, I'm like, huh. Interesting.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process.
Yeah, no
It's
idea.
just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. You don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
Okay. Worst gets his
I've been
draw.
wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry, that probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
I'm gonna talk to Lily NPCs because it's interesting. Where's the dang Sovereign? Can he see the city's in troubles? Let's not jump to conclusions now. Unfortunately, he's dead. Huh? Where am I? I just went out for a walk, but now I don't know where I am. I don't know, everything's falling apart and looking completely different. I can't get a hold of mother and father either. You have nothing to fear, kids. I'm sure there's a reason for everything going on. Even the Zoogles are running out loose. Something seems dangerous. The Zoogles are nothing more but our servants. They may have gotten out, but I assure you you'll have them under control before long. If you kids consider yourselves to be proud Renans, then be brave. We'll have the situation fixed before you know it. With everything all topsy-turvy in the residential quarter, there are lots of injuries. Stuff keeps dropping on people, and they're also falling down. Dang. That's pretty shitty.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zoogles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know.
No, he's just dead.
We have no choice but to grin and bear it.
Jeez.
But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
Pretty smart to
As
say
your
that.
lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Okay, old man.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
What's inside here? Something to pick up, oh yeah. Strawberries. Can anyone hear me? Please, someone answer me. What's going on? Why can't I reach anyone? Oh boy. This is such a wild concept, honestly, to like think that the city was like literally changing. Just like underneath everything. In all my years, never have I seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help. A woman like me.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
It definitely is, yes. Yeah, but I'm still confused as to why it happened, but
Your
sure.
lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned.
Yeah.
It's the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Especially since everyone seems to be wearing the same thing.
What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
Okay. Zeals suddenly stop listening to our commands. As soon as we turn our backs, they bolted for the horizon. Nothing like this has ever happened before. We have to put the crown contest on hold. We can't carry it on while things are like this. This is gonna be the last NPC. Let's see.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all.
I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route. I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh? I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course...
I like how...
Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation.
What, is this the fangirl?
Wait for me here. If it looks safe,
Oh,
I'll come and let
boy.
you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renin, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
I also like how...
Canvas the city for
I
information.
want to say this, so I'm gonna pause. I like how, like, with all the previous NPCs, he was like, you know, totally introducing himself and like explaining the situation. But here it was like, yes, this is how things have fallen.
What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all.
I see, though. I see.
They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah. That one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan.
Jeez.
There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The
Organized?
Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that...
He's overthinking, which is really fun to see. Yeah.
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renin homeworld itself. No one but that is.
But
Wait.
what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is.
Right.
Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renin ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis.
I'm starting to question even that.
That individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this...
Right, because I thought he was the
I no longer know
ruler.
what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later,
What's going on?
crossed paths with Volron, who also bears the sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganeth Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden.
Oh.
There's another one out there aside from me.
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it. I didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I
Brainwashed.
strange?
Yay.
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
But also,
Still too early to say anything for sure.
Shion and Dohalim didn't see her until, like,
Blend in, move around
collegiate.
unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
This is
Tell me, Dohalim,
so
has
much.
that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
Sees the
I'm
Lord.
afraid I don't quite follow.
Oh my
I do.
gosh.
It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is
Okay.
a to it. How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Well, again, the
Now you're
status
getting
helps,
curious.
I'm
Is
sure.
there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must.
Oh my god.
Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say,
What? They look up to you. That's
Save.
I'm just helping them
I
along.
love her.
Hey!
This is so funny.
It's Alvin and Law all of a sudden.
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
Wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
Well, as I said, I think him being a lord is a part of it, so it doesn't work for everyone. Oh, that was hilarious.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, their sovereign's up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif? Cannabelt? Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Oh, this is where the fangirl's gonna be? Alright. Let's see. You wanna know which lord I support? Why? Are you canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency. What the fuck? I'm not gonna read his name. You probably know him better as Lord Balsif. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Teldeles doesn't enjoy much steam. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm, of that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contests aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house.
Yes!
I owe so much to His Excellency, I could never dream of serving any other lord.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible.
Yeah.
A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Oh, this is the girl. Is this it? Lord Dohalim, you have returned. Ah, and I see you've brought aids with you. Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes? Not only do I support House Silquaris, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to build my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. But since the lines appear to be cut due to recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them out aloud. Oh, Jesus. There exists a most handsome man. A man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed House Silquaris, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. Scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture. Why, the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Sorry, I just laughed because Dohalim's face changed and I was just like, oh. Well, what did you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lines are down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete. No, it is great. It's good.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
Oh, wow, there's actually... I kind of just want to say Selma! I'm gonna be rude. Oh my god, of course she likes that too.
Praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from comment.
Okay, well, this is just gonna be the same thing. Yeah, this is the same thing. I don't know, here we go again. That was fun. Oh wow, I was like, where's this last NPC? And then he just popped in and I was like, okay. I thought we were gonna talk to the wall for some reason. Well, I never. To think anyone would try to tear me away from House Walkris.
What?
Walkris? Whatever. The fucking roasting in the chat, y'all are great. What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almaedria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I came from a family that has served House Walkris for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt behind the scenes so that he might emerge victorious. Yeah, have fun with your cookies. Many think of him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interests front and center like no one else. Why, he advocates that rather than staying confined to Lenegis, we should get on colonizing Dana and expand our horizons. That way, we will become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. This is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power that, for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all others. Though I was unable to accompany myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, I skipped over that, but I guess he's proud.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
I think of you as lesser. I was also thinking that revelation that like none of the people on Lenegis have like seen the rest of Rena is pretty interesting because like it almost made me think like what if it means that like there's no one there or something. That would be wild. Like, that apparently like this would be all that there is of Renans left. That'd be quite a plot twist. Anyways, glad to meet the Dohalim fangirl. That was fun.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
What's happening? I don't get it. There wasn't a decree or anything to announce that this... like there always is. You're right, even if this was an accident, it's strange that we haven't heard anything. Do my ears deceive me, or you're saying that we don't trust what the Sovereign is doing? I'll have you know, I was a part of the delegation that came down with him to Dana during the previous crown contest. He was a brilliant man, and just as good with astral arts as well. I'm sure he's well aware of the situation, and thus has a plan to resolve it. Until then, we must simply wait and trust in his judgment. Alright, yeah, I'll just die brainwashed like that. Good for you.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Kynares, so I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almaedria. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you to listen carefully, regardless. Have you noticed how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almaedria has quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almaedria is a woman of talent. No one in all Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. It's actually the first time I hear that word. What does that mean? Soon, the age of glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last. Okay.
I guess her
Except she's dead. Woo!
love came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
Oh, whoops.
Doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. You saved my life. It would have been a goner had you not arrived when you did, milady. I understand we're in a crown contest, but I had no such... I can't talk. But I had no idea such a capable astral artist was in our midst. Forgive me for not realizing it sooner. Come on, you don't need to bow so deeply. All I did was strike that Zugel's weak point. I didn't even go down to Dana for the crown contest, so I'm not sure how you feel about it. I'm not sure how to feel about all this praise you're heaping on me. Interesting. As a member of the upper caste, I order you to find a route out of here to the neighboring district. Please, no, you can't expect such an old man as me to do that, not when there are Zugals running loose in that part of the town. That's exactly why I need you to do this. Surely you don't intend to defy me now, do you? Oh, that's sad. Okay. Where's my house? I don't know how to get home. Honestly, kids are like the saddest part of this all. I mean, it makes sense that obviously there's kids here too, but like, dang. Basically, everyone's questioning everything. As usual.
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. Oh, I was just reading about Wolverine. Can I help you? I was always an ardent supporter of Lord... Ah, jeez. Urvagil Hildress myself. Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface. So they know about that? And likely still would be. In my eyes, Lord... or what? Wait, what? Urvagil is the true water lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident like they say. As for how Volran runs Ganeth Harrows, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Dans, but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this whole house Ignaceri of his anyway? I never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. Not such an ignoble lineage can suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes sense. Not to mention all the upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people? Okay,
Seems like the people
so
on
that's
Lenegis don't really know
really
much
weird.
about Volran either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Harrows changed so abruptly.
I didn't even realize
Any
they
doubts that something
changed.
suspicious was going on?
On the contrary, remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just
Well,
like the rest of us.
they still were monsters too, kind
What
of.
I'm trying to say is,
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad
True.
one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
That's nice. Okay. Oh, this is a big area, actually. Wow. Chest.
I'll hold on to that.
Wait. Grave gel? Oh, it's just another HP one. Okay. Oh, there. What's going on? This is fucking
There's
weird.
something
What
I
is
just
going
don't
on?
get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes
Alright.
sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous
Shit's
contest.
fucking
You're
suspicious.
saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that
I'm
never
fucking telling
was a little
you.
bit odd.
Something is up with the
You
motherland.
live here. It's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
My theory is that the motherland of Rena just literally doesn't exist, and like these lords who win the fucking contests, they didn't win shit. Maybe they died, and then the holograms were just like fucking fabricated or something. I don't know. This just doesn't feel like it was legit in any way or shape or form. Especially what we saw going on with Walren, as he was apparently the sovereign and a lord. Like, hello?
Doe?
Oh.
Faria.
Oh.
Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Oh.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
What is going on?
What she said about you killing someone?
What is going on?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Oh, shit.
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Oh, shit. This is spicy. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Also the red woman! Ah! Wait. I mean, I'm sure if we go back there, it's gonna be like... nothing is over there anymore. This is fucking wild. Also, I am living for this extra Dohalim arc. Like, yes please. Exactly. As I was about to say, it's super good and 10 out of 10. 10 out of fucking 10. Let's freaking go. Oh, fucking boy. Oh, there's a place to rest. It's nice. Wait, that means there's gonna be a fucking boss on the way here or some shit. Oh no. Oh no, it's so sad to see like little kids be injured. Like, that's the worst thing, you know? Nobody knows what's happening. They're all clueless, blah blah blah. So, like, you know, that woman that Dohalim knows, like, I mean, obviously I don't know what happened, but like, the way they were both like, oh, you haven't changed a bit. Like, I mean, it's kind of like sad that like it's been 7 years or whatever, and that lady still holds like such a grudge, and it's like she's not over the death of like whoever Dohalim killed. And I mean, obviously, I get that it's not like an easy thing to get over. Like, I'm not saying it should be, but like, 7 years? Damn, man. So it's like, yeesh. I mean, I guess it's also that obviously we know more about Dohalim, and like we know about how like, you know, he's actually done so much like stuff for Menancia. And even though, like, yes, obviously, in a way it was very selfish, what he did was still kind of a good thing that I would say would redeem his, like, actions, even if they were for selfish reasons. Because, yeah, but oh my gosh. Especially when, like, he told Kisara that she has as much reason to kill him as the lady. I was just like, oh my god. Oh my god, the spice and the drama. Very, very good. Very, very good. Super good. Anyways, I'm expecting a boss fight or something.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend,
Ah, okay.
as well as Faria's.
I kind of figured that would be the case.
Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's what I was saying earlier.
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
Oh, this is so good.
I hope you're right.
Oh, did he hear that?
Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were
Aw.
always there to support me.
Yes.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
The rumors are to believe it's not just Zugals. Apparently, armored soldiers have started to rebel too. And for all we know, it's an uprising. Oh boy. It's definitely fascinating. Actually, I want to go up there, see what's up. Literally, haha. This is way too big of a fucking stage to not have some kind of significance later on, I think. But, I guess we'll see.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Indeed. I'll buy more lemon gels actually because, yeah, why not? Ooh, armor. Let's go. Very good armor. Nice. Whatever, just gonna do all the random stuff again. I'm pretty sure I don't have any new one. Oh no, I actually do. Wow, okay. Well, I definitely want like a light enhanced because I use light arts all the fucking time. Okay, so Shion's not getting any new ones, I guess. That's too bad. I didn't really feel like giving Law one because I knew that we don't have that many materials, and I was just like, eh.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
I guess. Actually, I'm gonna change my party a bit. I'm gonna go back to my OG party with both Shion and Dohalim, because why not? No, actually, I don't wanna. Stop it. So I assume there's gonna be something big coming up. So fun. Fast travel point even. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna take like a small little 5-minute break because I want to get something to snack on. And I should probably refill my water. I'm not even gonna set the timer to be honest, because I'll just be back like super soon. So, BRB in a bit. Alright. Quick small break. I assume there's going to be a bunch of cutscenes now. I just have a hunch. Never mind. Oh. I think I need to fight. Well, that's fun. Actually, quite the opposite of what I thought.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them.
Nope. Probably
Whatever
not.
happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Hold! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Lenegis. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Damn it, finish!
Meteor, do it!
Blow them away!
I feel like I haven't fucking done any fights in like forever.
Shut them down. It's almost too strong.
Split it open!
Be like it.
Neon, astral energy!
No, I shouldn't have done as well. No, it's really slow.
All yours.
You did that really fast, actually.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Oh, wait. Oh. I thought this was gonna be where we have to go, but I guess not. I didn't realize there was like a side path. Okay. Dungeon, yay. Oh wow. These circles look wild.
I won't forgive you!
All mine.
Air throw! Holy
Now you're gonna pick me
These
off!
ones can run rings around us!
Ready to go. I can carve through armor. This one's mine.
This one's not far enough!
Here
Can't get out of sight.
Meteor storm!
Elusive deity.
Air thrust! Pierce evil! Divine!
It's fucking shaking. Holy shit.
Pummeling to me.
Divine annihilation! Radiant light!
Oh my goodness.
I never miss! Raging cascade! Raging cascade! Eruption! Spread! Raging cascade!
Flame inside me. Yours to be let free.
I'm ready! Alvin! This ends now!
Consider
These
it.
aren't that hard of fights, so that's nice.
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Oh wow, that's a big thing.
I'll do my best!
In a bind.
Raging cascade!
Showtime.
Raging cascade! Spread!
Ow.
Creepy crawlies aren't disgusting
Raging
enough.
cascade! In here!
It's on.
Holy land! Lightning!
Smash you.
Holy land! Let me help! Eat divine streak! Lightning!
Raging Luna Storm. This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Done. I'll leave it to you.
Where are you going?
I am not beyond fury.
All of these. Artistic art.
Raging cascade! Magic is there! In here! Or the stockpile! This one's mine! You get the gist. Crossblade!
In a bind.
Blah blah blah. Divine!
Shattering the pieces.
I'll take you all on!
I think I got my meteor storm off.
Flare the Malika!
No, my meteor storm.
Seals! Always saving this with the marksman hand. Sparkling star. Blah blah
Sorry
blah.
to trouble you.
Meteor storm! I'm gone. By the blood. Hurricane foot! Divine streak! Into the tank! Last one's mine! Blah blah blah! Air thrust! Ready to go! Raging cascade! Fresh! Raging cascade! Fresh! Vanquish darkness! Divine streak!
Ow! Fuck! Oh no. I thought it was fine, and then suddenly it wasn't fine. This sucks.
I'll bring you back from
At least now I have 2 healers, I don't really care if one of them dies.
Here, blah blah blah. I'm taking too many hits. Oh, blah blah blah. Meteor storm. You get the gist. Divine streak. Where are you going? Glacial fire.
In a bind.
Raging cascade. Here, let me help. Fresh. Raging cascade. Fresh. Blah blah blah. Meteor storm.
Oh, another one.
You get the gist. Air thrust. You get the gist. Air thrust.
Okay, there we go.
And I'll stop your life.
I mean, he did stop
Feel the power
its
flowing
life.
through me.
You'll be able to help even more people now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty high level,
Yeah, I
that's
guess
good.
I will.
What are those soldiers? They were kind of a pain in the ass.
Bring him down.
Dance in the wind. Here. Not in your dreams.
Rending you apart.
I can't let the hatred consume me. Divine streak. That'll bring you down.
Resonate with the earth. I'll smash you.
I'll take you all on!
Oh boy.
Ha! Flare the Malika!
Reflect on that. Or the enemy wields ours too.
We'll soon see about that. Flare tornado. Blah blah blah.
Oh fuck! Ah!
I'll trip it up.
Jeez.
Illuminate the dark. Blah blah blah.
In a bind.
Holy land.
No
Vanquish
one can
darkness.
break this night.
Divine. Handle. Sparkling stars of light. Rain down and purify all. Meteor storm.
We're not finished.
Blah blah blah. Massive air thrust.
Not today.
Vanquish darkness. Mega ray. Hurricane down.
Sorry, I hate when I get attacked because then I just kind of like lose my... I basically lose my brain cells and just start spamming random arts, which isn't good because then I'm not really getting them off efficiently.
I'm pretty lucky.
Oh boy. Hopefully this isn't a trap. Okay, it's not.
Out of our way! Raging cascade! In here! How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
You've got spirit!
In a bind.
Damn embedded!
Mwah.
I'm ready.
That's fair.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Mega ray!
It really is though, like, I mean,
Air thrust and blah blah blah!
it's just not that memorable.
Divine streak! Denied!
I mean, that's why I switched the battle music to Tale of Symphonia at least, because that's at least a bit more interesting, you know? Wait. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to fight those later. I
Those
see.
soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
maybe.
Out of our way!
Honestly, I haven't heard, like, unless it plays forced in some fights, which it might, but then I wouldn't really know because I wouldn't really know the difference. Like, I don't even know what normal battle theme sounds like anymore, so Lamau.
Take this!
Hurricane
Everlasting dark
together. Magic is
I'll take you all on! Flare them!
That's fair. I haven't listened to it in a long time, to be honest. Maybe I should turn off my custom playlist and take a listen to it next fight. God. I'm still so happy that I actually kind of like feel decent at the game now. And that's like partly due to the fucking ring and like learning to do the combos.
Take this!
Plus it's nice when I don't actually draw any aggro.
I'll take you all on!
Oh, I see. That's cool. So is that like how you keep up the combo if you have to move or something?
Heal my weary companion. Now you see what I can do.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, that was scary.
That'll bring you down.
This one's mine. Take you the abyss of deep.
Sweet now.
Right, I see. I don't really use that thing often at all, so good to know for sure. Yeah, but then again, I have to also be pretty close to the enemy, and usually I'm not.
You made me angry.
Don't die, Kisara.
Bad idea.
Okay, she's
Take
fine.
this.
I'm not fine though.
Shield.
Armor won't save you.
Usually I just do whatever I start a combo.
I'm ready.
Ah, that's actually a good idea.
Say no more.
We're still
Yeah, I see that.
there.
Anyways, let's fucking... Where is it? Use playlist? Play default. No, I want to save. Yes, please. Let's see. I haven't heard this in a long time, but hopefully it's gonna be decent. No, I'm gonna go to the side room. I assume there's gonna be something to fight there too, though. Yep. More stuff. Alright, that's fine.
I won't forgive you. Raging cascade.
I can barely hear the music.
You made me angry. That's
Your
a bad
reflexes will not
idea.
serve you well here.
The thing is though, is I just use like really like, you know, kind of weaker arts that are like lower cast times in the beginning of my combo. And so, yeah. That's how I get it. Get it up.
Heal my weary companion.
One last one. Oh, sparkling blah blah blah. Magic.
Oh yeah, you're right, it does actually get a bit faster.
Blah blah blah.
Nice.
Here's a healing power on my watch.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Light astral energy. Back into the fray with dark water. Hear my call.
Not today.
Spread. Divine.
I'll take you all on.
Sarah gets her fucking over limit so often, my god.
Oh, sparkling stars of
No, I messed up.
raging cascade. Hear my call.
Ow! Ow, 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 ow! Get away from me. Holy shit.
Mega ray.
That's scary.
Raging cascade. This one's mine. Eat dirt. Raging cascade.
No! Oh my god, I hate this one attacking me.
Appreciate the help.
I can usually get them super fast just by using like the regular arts, but I see, yeah, that makes sense.
Negative gate.
Make it
Here
rain.
goes. Dohalim.
Light burst force.
That's really good to know, I didn't realize.
Everyone hanging in there?
There's a bunch of stuff here, wow. What is this regenerative crystal? Probably gives you some like kind of regen accessory, I presume. Not that I can really craft anything at the moment. I think I'm gonna actually have a let's just have a orange gel. So I assume there might be a boss circle soon, anyways. So it should be fine.
Out of our way!
Raging Cascade! You're mine!
Meteor storm!
No talking it out!
Meteor storm!
I love when I like get my AG restored. So satisfying.
This one's mine!
The abyss will see.
A freezing storm! Divine streak! Ice tornado! Dance in the wind!
Make it rain!
Will this help?
Ow! Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, please. Get the fuck away from me. There we go.
From here. Let's see how you
The
handle.
one good thing about getting hit.
Can't get out of this!
Raging Cascade!
Breath of life. Heal my weary
Raging Cascade! Leave the force to me! Vanquish darkness! Divine
Make it rain!
In an instant! Impact block!
Okay.
I feel sprightlier than before.
Off is just on 1 HP. Yeah, that's like the funny thing about not having him in the party, that he's just always at low health.
Go no further!
I'm grateful.
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Divine streak!
Aww. I think I lucky.
Take this!
Do it!
That is sad.
Divine dopamine!
Light burst forth!
Radiant genesis! Dance to the wind! Air thrust! Flame of fury! Blah blah blah! Glacial spear!
Ow!
Freeze!
No. My combo. Ugh, get the fuck away from me, Christ.
Can't get out of this!
I think it's actually attacking Shion, but it still looks scary. Oh.
Denied! Make it rain!
Ow, 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 ow.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Oh, that's it? Okay. I'll take it.
Step back! This one's all law!
That's a lot of stuff. Which is nice. I'm not gonna complain about having stuff. Alright. Circle for healing? No? Okay. Teleporter it is then. Teleporter it is then. I assume there won't be, like, a fight, because there was no boss circle. And if there is, then they're very mean.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was sovereigns only.
Alphen, do your thing.
Alphen.
The wall must now disappear. Yep. There we go. So this is a place that we saw in Alphen's memories?
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
Oh. What's up with all the energy?
What?
What the?
You gonna hear a voice again?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Oh, so they all saw it? Or...
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion.
Right, that's true.
Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That makes sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you?
It's like, because I know you guys talked about the Xenoblade 2 parallels, I'm just like, it's probably gonna be more than just them being related.
Reliving painful episodes from your past.
Interesting.
Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Let's bust this thing wide open.
Wow, that was quite a speech from her.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion,
Where's
there's no
my
telling what could happen
healing
in
circle? Oh, there's the healing circle. Oh boy. Okay. Time to get ready for a fight. Oh boy. Oh. Shit.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her?
We're gonna fight her?
There she is.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe.
She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Okay.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
The red woman is all behind this, I see.
What?
Tormented limbs.
I've never known Faria to control Zugals like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zugals, then we get some answers.
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Vaguely started here! Hurricane Strike! Lunar Blast!
Ow, ow, ow.
That's what my shield's for.
Give us some.
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Raging cascade! Feel!
Ow, 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 ow.
Magic is there! Raging cascade!
Fucking cast in peace, goddamn.
I'll take it from
I
here.
mean, I'll take the mystic art, but you know.
Deus
No further!
Falling storm! Radiant fire!
Naked the official secret!
Raging cascade! Annihilation! Flame of fury! You get a head rush! Radiant storm! Here's evil! Vaguely Sorcerer!
Why isn't this thing weak to light? It's literally made of darkness.
This one's mine! Going in!
I'm just very excited that I would, like,
Dance in the wind!
be able to just, like,
Divine strength! Now's our chance!
those crits were good.
Meteor storm! Blah, blah, blah. Divine strength! You get the gist. Divine strength! Blah, blah, blah. This one's mine! This one's mine!
In a bind?
Their arts were interrupted.
I knew that he was coming by, or it, whatever the fuck.
Dance in the wind!
Oh, not these. Ah.
Healing circle! Take care of
No! I was in the healing circle. Wait. Oh, I did. I do have some.
Forgive me.
Great laser! Where are you going?
I can carve through armor!
Spread!
I'm ready!
Open!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Okay.
Let me help! On guard! First aid!
Raging Lunar Storm!
Hurricane Strike! Lunar Blast! Magic is there! Air Thrust! Illuminate the dark! Holy Land!
Ow. Oh my god.
No further.
Oh, sorry, I was dying. Ah! Oh, that wasn't fair. I'll just wait to be resurrected, I guess.
Bloody howling!
Still got some fight left in me.
Bring you down.
Hurricane, here goes!
Going in.
Take it. One more. Graviton field.
Appreciate the help.
Annihilation.
Going in.
Mega ray. One more.
Let them thy sin. They smite with
Divine
blinding blows.
Fraction star magic is there. Meteor storm.
No! It even crit me! You bastard. I mean, honestly, I can't be that mad. I'm just being very greedy with my spells. I mean, they're not much better either. They all just fucking stayed there. No, 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 no! I'm running. Oh, whoops.
Where are you going?
Ow.
The enemy's reeling.
Complacency is the root of terror.
Point taken. Stay sharp, everyone.
Oh, fuck. Everyone's dying. Okay, great. Not that shit again. Oh, okay, I didn't realize it would hit that hard. Sheesh. Oh my god.
Holy land! You get the death. Holy land! You get the death.
Die, please. I will use a pine. Well, I think an orange shell should be fine.
Look sharp. That'll bring you down.
Bestow thy mystic mercy. Don't suffer in thee.
Ow!
Raging Luna Storm.
Denied.
Raging cascade.
Going over the net. Let's go.
Raging cascade.
No. Oh, not the laser. I fucking hate the laser.
This ends now.
Consider your
It's dead. Yay. What now?
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing.
Don't spawn another one. No.
His casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
ToA.
Get it out. Oh, there we go.
Forgive me.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's for her own good, really.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry. I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Doha. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Jeez, I was scared because when he appeared, I thought he was like in on the whole thing and he was gonna be evil or something, but I guess it doesn't look that way so far. So, good.
He seems like a good friend.
He does.
He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back.
Red woman.
And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're right. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnagin, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim.
Oh.
I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that.
Rough but true.
Acceptance. Those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got
Kisara is
we can't
good.
make a difference in the
I
lives
love
of
her.
others.
She's so good.
Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference.
Exactly.
Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain
love
of your
her.
conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The remember?
For your overthinking brain.
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Absolutely.
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who?
Exactly.
The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Yeah. Shit's fucked. Is there anything around here? No, probably not. Do I get another healing circle? Actually, what is my health? Actually, my health's not that bad.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah,
More astral energy?
it's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Oh. Oh boy, more flashbacks. What the fuck? That looks like the wedge. Yo. Oh, and there's the outfits also. Oh. Wait, did the audio break? Oh god, the audio broke. One moment. I hate when this game does it so seamlessly. I can't even tell if it like switches over to a like a animated cutscene, which is when it fucking breaks. Always. One moment. Okay, there it goes. Look at that, it's the thorns! Oh, there we go. Oh, it broke again. This is my one complaint with this game, is that it doesn't play nice with my audio setup and it breaks the stream audio. Oh boy. Well, now there's actually no noise, I think. No, there is, but it broke again. Ah, this is ruining the moment for sure. I'm supposed to be shocked, but I'm just troubleshooting this shit. Okay, come on. The noises are working. There we go. Oh, shit.
Elton!
What in bloody fucking hell? Yet again, to no one's surprise, the thorns are actually to do with this shit, whatever the fuck it is going on.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
Oh god.
What the hell
Shion
was
in the
that?
background.
It felt like everything was on the brink of... Like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right.
Very interesting.
All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we understand what the thorns are.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
So many questions, so little answers. So many questions. Slow walking to the teleporter.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns. As well as my own past, I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
I think it's the only ways forward.
Shion
I'm not going back.
Nothing I learn can change that.
I assume there's gonna be a big fight, that's why it's kind of like a point of no return or whatever. Let's hope there's a healing point. Forbidden Zone Research Area. Wait, is this the place from? Ah, yes.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right?
Yeah.
We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
I see.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Oh, I see. That's funny.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
What's this operating table? Alright. No specific. Anything interesting in here? I don't think so. Colorful graphs. They're so big. Lenegis structures. You can see pipes for transporting astral energy sticking out. Okay. Equipment hasn't been used in a long time. Okay. This area will now be shut down as the project proceeds to its final phase. So, am I right in assuming it hasn't been used in like the 300 years or whatever? Why are these plants in the fucking glass? Wait.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful.
Did we assume?
Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron?
I figured.
But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
So is he Danon too?
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Be fucked.
But what about
10,000
the
people?
crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. And Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Some other reason.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Everyone.
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Back to topic. Oh boy. It's probably gonna be a lot to read, so I might just read it on my own. 5 of the best qualified are chosen to act, being to serve as the sovereign. During the tenure, they're granted level 3 authority. Nike crest as well. The selection process is based on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing. Because only the strongest go on to make the Lord's, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that Lords are only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Lord powers. All men must take part in selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting Lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Second successful case. Ooh, yes, I definitely want to hear this. The subject possesses high latent potential that exhibits significant mental. With strong instincts for following orders. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to control protocols. Subject is evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2. So that's why he was suddenly replaced. Master course. So 5 of them. So they keep the dark one a secret. And astral energy is stored for the duration. Each of them amass astral energy. In an event of emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw. However, the extent allowed must be based on... Ooh, design flaws. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. That's a lot. Due to the successful regeneration of Renis Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. So is that what we did, basically, huh? Spirit cores are end terminals used for collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within a range of spirit vessels for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the contest. Given the difficulty, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and are used upon death. Spirit cores can also be... Oh, Zugals. Cool. Increased physical load on host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. Oh, this is creepy, honestly. I'm gonna read the middle one last, I think. Sedative mask. A device covering the wearer's whole face. However, in doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use carries the risk of inducing a number of side effects. Due to loss of production. Partial destruction of Lenegis? When? After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. The system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both to enslavement in both races. That's fucking weird. Collapse of this kind of role. They become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own safety. Jeez. Literally calling it brainwashing, which is like wild. I kept clicking A twice. Oh well. Lenegis, a large scale... Oh my Jesus. Large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it. Activation is placing... oh man. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones along a large conduit. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage. Oh. So Lenegis is basically like a fucking energy converter. Fun! A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegis' conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Danan waters, it extends two sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the whole surface. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit placed... oh my gosh. So that fire thing was actually something important, probably. So it was due to the wedge then. Okay. Will remain the same. So that's what the wedge was, huh? This is very interesting information. Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. An subject serves as its base for its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare. As a result, most subjects die. Very sad. This instability poses a high risk to security. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism. No elective alternative methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Very fucking interesting. Okay, so what about the maiden? Support mechanism. Okay. A remnant subject serves its functions. Oh, so they're there for the Oh, so is that why the thorns happen? During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for conversion as well as maintaining stability. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sorin has been observed to positively impact the level of stability. Because of this, the trial activations of the Sovereign without the maiden present are explicitly forbidden. Furthermore, neither of them spirit channeling plan. So what is the spirit channeling plan? Mental instability in the maiden has been deemed the cause for the past Sorin's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. In line with the plan adjustments, the current subject will have its maiden registration revoked and returned to its original household. So, now I'm thinking, maybe like the second pair was Walren and Shion somehow. Or like Shion inherently had the thorns in the maiden powers or something. Just some Xenoblade 2 shit from what I've heard you guys said in the fucking spoiler text. Interesting. Interesting. See lots of numbers, logs of alignment between subjects and Lenegis. Whisper, whatever. Okay. Oh, more flashbacks! Let's go!
Naori,
Oh.
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further.
Ah, it's
Let
the
yourself go to
mask.
sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And
Wow.
worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system.
Well, he made it somehow, so good for him. She's taking the risk.
If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
Well, thankfully he did.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
Yep.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to pay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
He did. 10% chance though, goddamn. Quite a small chance, so he's very lucky, that's for sure. Oh boy. More. These fucking plans are so creepy. Like, why are they like that? Why would you put plants in fucking glass cases like that? Oh boy, this is gonna be the fucking sovereign place, isn't it? Like where they did the ceremony or some shit. Ah. Yeah, this doesn't lead anywhere. Figures, I guess. Figures, I guess. Yep.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. this is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself.
Oh.
The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Okay, so Shion is the descendant.
Naori,
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Oh. There's the outfits. Nice.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
Pretty dress time.
So you're saying this is the maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby
that dress is
silencing her
very
thorns.
big.
Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
Cute.
Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
Interesting though, so like, I mean, I assume that like...
So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of...
I assume that, like, the previous descendants of Naori, like, maybe they were able to keep the fucking power, like, better sealed, but something was different for Shion, and that's why her thorns are, like, that bad?
She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a dessert snack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like.
Aww.
Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life.
Hell yeah,
There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good.
Oh, the character development.
For as long as it takes.
It's very good.
Until our future is finally in our hands.
That's awesome. I like this meeting. Yeah, I'm gonna go through this later, I don't care. Ooh, new stuff. Oh, new art! Very, very nice. Anyways, I mean, to be fair, I do like this headpiece, but I know you wanted to see the other one that I had, so... I actually like that. Especially if I can get something blue in her hair. I think I have something. I only have red ones. The red looks pretty good too, though. It is pretty. I think I might stick to the... No, I don't. Wait, I can change? Where? Oh, I see. Oh, but nah, it doesn't have the blue one. I didn't know that. Oh, but there's this one. It's very dark blue, though. Okay, shut up. I mean, this looks fine. So, there you have it. Star, take these for references.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible.
Fine, I will. Hold on.
She
After
saved
this.
my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The one separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Anyways, where's option? Wait. There we go. I guess I'll just do the other flower that I have, because I don't really have that many. We'll do this one in... I mean, the yellow suits Kasara, so we'll do the yellow. Let's see. There we go. You happy now, Liz? Honestly, the yellow does suit him as well, so it's good. Okay, where are we going now? Yes, I have. Oh wait, there's more to go? Oh my gosh. I thought that was it, but nope. So let's keep going. I like how it says she prefers not to talk about it after we've had like all these revelations about it and everything. If there's gonna be a boss fight, I think I'm gonna end it here because I gotta go out in like an hour, so I need to get food and stuff like that before I go. So, we'll see. Unfortunately, Rinwell and Law aren't getting flowers because I have no other flowers.
This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Oh my god. Wait! I thought I changed it to black! Oh no! I ruined it. I'll fix it after this cutscene.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Honestly, I kind of prefer having Shion have, like, her OG hair, because, like, you know, the new one's basically, like, a copy of Naori's, which, I mean, in its own is okay, but, like, eh. She's her own person, you know? Anyways, where's the fucking color? There we... What? It's because I probably pressed the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, I think... I mean, okay, I'll watch these skits,
We're
and
a long way
then...
from the residential quarters now. It looks completely
Actually, this looks really
different.
good with those
Yeah, you're right.
flowers. Good stuff.
Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the
Yeah,
demon
it
astral
does.
energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago.
The flowers make me
Perhaps even
laugh
further back.
for Dolly, but Kisara.
Isn't the
I don't know why.
decadence of taste spoken
I
of
was
in
just like,
artistic
ah.
circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme,
I'm sure I'll get used to it for now. I'm just like, the matching big
sake
flowers. I
I'd
see.
be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, the next time my soul starts to rumble.
That last
Now all
panel
we need
was
is
very
something to
funny.
fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if I did this... then, like, it wouldn't take forever, and, like, I could still have enough time to get some food. But my ears are starting to hurt for wearing these headphones for fucking 3 hours in a row, so that's kind of why I want to stop. I forgot my fucking earphones at work, so I don't get to be comfortable. I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, these headphones are, like, okay, but sometimes they get on my ears. I mean, I assume it's gonna be a pretty big... No. I didn't mean to go. Fuck. Fine.
He really was still alive.
Fine! I guess we're going after all.
There's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united, born from the fires of chaos.
What is
The
up with
world
his
that
arms,
seeks
too?
rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What?
What has happened to him? He's lost himself. reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman!
Oh.
So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
It's really some near shit. Okay.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Alien shit. Woo!
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Their arms were interrupted!
Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
Raging Cascade! Blah, 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 that's Fred! You get the jet. Divine! Blah, blah, blah. Meteor storm! Blah, blah, blah.
Pretty tanky.
This one's mine! Divine streak!
Armor won't save you! I let my guard down.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Divine! Flame of jet! Divine streak! Water! Hear my...
Not today!
Dance in the wind! In here! I'll be standing by the wall! You get the jet!
Ow, ow, ow. Oh, that was an animation locked. What is this, FF?
In a bind?
Dance in the wind! Infernal!
Heal my weary
Why are these sound effects so loud?
The flame inside me, yours should be let free! Take this!
Blah, blah, blah. Divine memory!
Armor won't save you! Hurricane
Divine streak! You get the jet! One more meteor storm!
Resonate with the
Blah, blah, blah. Meteor storm!
Resonate with the earth! Not today!
Dance in the wind! Meteor!
Bloody howling!
Sleep now! I'll be safe!
I let my guard down!
I couldn't make it in time.
Okay, Sarah, please stop dying. I mean, I guess that means that she's tanking things, which is good. Oh, I got Maelstrom! Look at that! It's Star's favorite thing. Actually, did I actually? I was looking for the first time I've seen Maelstrom in my game. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Oh, I like my setup. Sorry.
Raging Cascade!
I'll thank you!
Sleep now! Blah, blah, blah! You get the jet! Divine! Blah, blah, blah! Divine!
See, Divine Streak is just as great. Just fucking shooting everyone with light. What's not to like? Ow. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? What?
Armor won't save you!
What? Fuck are they doing?
I have to train harder.
In here!
No, no, no. Get the fuck away from me.
Magic is that! Divine! You get to dead here. Divine! Blah, blah, blah. Here's a healing art. Friend! You get to death. Going in. Here's a healing art. Raging cascade. This one's mine. Magic is there.
Not today!
You get to death. Friend! You get to death. Meteor sword. Ready to go.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Far enough! Divine strength! Now here's where that came from!
No, I'm surely, slowly but surely getting through this, but
Magic is there! Air thrust!
Ow.
Vanquish darkness! Divine streak!
Oh, Jesus.
Close one! One more!
Xion, don't die. Xion, don't die!
Not
Damn.
The flame inside can't allow us to be let free! Allow me to help you.
Mega Blade! Raging cascade! Vanquish darkness!
Burn in hell!
Healing circle! This one's mine! Divine strength! Raging cascade! Going in! Sparkling star!
My combo! I'm dying! No!
I'll heal you all!
Fuck you!
Oh
my god. This thing was going after me. Anyways.
Sleep now.
Oh.
Here's the heal. Sleep now. Hurricane foot. You get the death. Divine strength.
Now it's my turn!
You require a hand.
My natural defense dungeon. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat. I would.
Ah! This sucks. I hate that they're not good at dodging that.
Water. Vanquish darkness. Divine magic is divine strength. Bronze and red. I never miss.
Ow, no! Why did you hit me? This sucks.
Raging cascade. Healing circle.
I wanted to use an orange shell, but I was like, you know what? They're basically dead, so who cares?
Divine streak. Ice tornado. Vanquish darkness.
No! Ah! Heal me, anyone! Oh my god. I should have just healed myself with a fucking gel, but nope. I kind of want to use an elixir because I'm just lazy. Fuck it.
Sorry. Raging cascade. Raging cascade.
In a bind?
No, 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 stop. Okay, where's my strike to end this? Please. There we go.
Astral energy. Full throttle.
Let's go. Okay.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
Oh no.
What? It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
Oh shit.
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Yeah.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
I don't know what to think of him. Like, why is he like this?
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really?
Dude's
We already
insane.
know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boran was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters.
This dude's insane.
I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Outfit!
Xion! No. Oh. Do it. Jump. Yay. He's gonna catch you. Oh, that's awesome. This is so cool. No! Okay, Jesus. That last bit almost scared me. Everyone help him! Jeez! Okay, there we go. Nice.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Sheep herb. Oh.
Let's go.
So, what? Is he dead? He's not gonna die, right?
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither.
Who is this dude? Why is he insane? Oh, is he
Are
dead?
you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of
Fucking
him?
hope so. He's insane.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Aliens.
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things?
I was about to say that's like the same thing. That's like saying insane people are insane.
That's the second time now.
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
We're going to Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
Right, they did. The big bad, I
If
guess.
that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
Aliens.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renasalma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Okay. But now I'm gonna be done.
Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to
Same,
care
to
not
be
one
honest.
whit about Brennan's or Danan's.
I guess I can't fast travel, can I? Figures.
Yeah, and not in a good way like with us.
Okay, fine. I'll watch this fucking skit. Christ almighty, this game isn't letting me
As
go.
for those red women? To think they were monsters all along.
Tell me
I
about
know
it.
what you mean.
One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
Aliens.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
True.
How about you, Shion? Dohalie? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the red woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
Yeah, they just don't speak it.
I had just so
guess.
much I wanted to ask them. About Rena and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renasalma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Please don't give me another skit. Okay. Finally. Secret area. Fascinating. Anyways, now I'm done. I have to go out in like an hour. Actually, less than an hour now. Thanks, game. So... I'll see ya later. Thank you for coming by, as usual. This was fun. Lots of spicy story stuff. Good to know all the stuff that was spoiler tagged that I can now understand. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.